Hello, beautiful souls. This six-component formula of prayer that I've personally developed will completely transform your life and align you with your highest path. Make sure that you take notes because this practice is powerful. Prepare yourself because once you start doing this regularly, the veil will become thinner and mystical experiences may not be uncommon. If you really, really can't wait to dive into the steps, you can skip ahead to this timestamp. But for a deeper understanding of this process, put your listening ears on and hang tight for just a couple of minutes. One of my favorite examples of how this practice has directly impacted my life happened while I was on my way to offer Reiki at an event a couple of months ago. I was asking for an opportunity to shine God's divine love onto somebody feeling defeated, lost, or depressed. During the event, the organizer encouraged me to give away a free session because not a lot of people were coming over to my table. And by the end of the day, right as I was about to pack everything up, a woman came to me saying, "I'm so glad I won this free session because I feel so lost and defeated and depressed." I immediately remembered my prayer from a few hours before and I said, "There you are. I prayed for this chance to be of service to you." And moments like this show how the divine subtly pulls strings in our reality when we have the purest intentions. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe for more videos on spiritual universal truths found among multiple world religions. And the more engagement I can get on this channel, the more people I can reach with these kinds of messages. So, thank you. In my 11 years of spiritual practice, I've tried many different methods for gaining a sense of agency in my life, including law of attraction techniques and all the way to witchcraft. And with pure hearted intentions, there is certainly validity to those practices. But once I started using this prayer method regularly, I never felt the need to use them anymore. And let me tell you why. Simply put, Spirit knows best. There's a plan for each and every one of us. When we try to bend reality to our will, when it's not aligned with our highest good, we will be met with resistance and suffering. Our ego driven desires may not be what is truly meant for us. When we align ourselves with divine timing, we experience less resistance and more opportunities for growth. The first step is trusting that we are so loved immensely and unconditionally by Spirit, and it genuinely wants nothing but joy and growth for us. Realizing this helps us to let go of the urge to figure it out on our own. There's nothing to figure out. It's already been figured out for us. When we release our resistance to the divine plan, we find a flow which leads us to our destinies. And isn't that what we all truly want? Fearing what our destinies may be only reflects a distrust in the divine's intentions for us. And for that, I encourage you to remember the universal truth that God is love. The first step of this prayer formula is also integrated into the last step. That's how important it is. Okay. Number one, express gratitude. Bookending your prayer in gratitude serves to open up a sacred space for communication with the divine. Even when we don't feel that there's much to be thankful for in our lives, we can express gratitude for Spirit beating our hearts for us without us ever even having to think about it, for gifting us each and every breath, for God forming itself into the fabric of reality so masterfully and beautifully, which allows us to exist in these miracles of bodies among the breathtaking masterpiece of nature. Our life is a gift that could be taken away at any moment, but is granted continuously in mercy. So, expressing gratitude will drop you into your heart space. The universe doesn't speak in any language, it speaks in vibration. So, now that you've established the sacred container of prayer with your gratitude, Step number 2 is to honestly express your current sentiments. If you can't be totally honest with yourself and your creator, then who can you be honest with? We carry so many burdens around with us. Even if they're small, they add up. So, this is your time to get everything off your chest, and it is so freeing. It also brings your awareness to your truest feelings, which develops your mindfulness of yourself. When you consistently acknowledge these things, you will notice a pattern over time and become more conscious of your emotions and behaviors in your daily life. Nobody else is listening in on this prayer. It's just you and your creator. So don't hold back. Let her rip. Step number 3 is to request that spirit release you of your lower vibrational feelings, beliefs, and behaviors. Anything you don't want to carry anymore, just surrender it over to the divine. This is an important step because it lets the universe know that you're willing to make space in your heart for higher vibrational frequencies. This can be difficult for us to do on our own because our egos cling on to suffering like its little life depends on it. And this is where God can help us. And it may not happen immediately in prayer, although it could. It could also unfold in our daily lives outside of prayer. So if you don't feel that you've completely released them, don't worry. Know that the deed is done, and throughout the day, be open to recognizing the small shifts within yourself and in your experiences. Sometimes what we seek doesn't come in the form of an answer, it can come in the form of an unfolding path. Step number 4 is to request the corresponding virtue for the things that you released in the last step. Ask and you shall receive. What you're doing in this step is tapping into a universal wellspring that is always available to you. So, for example, if you're feeling impatient, request that spirit grants you patience. If you want to release your judgment of others, request compassion and acceptance. If you're feeling anxious, you can request serenity or faith. When you're feeling shameful for something that you've done, you can request forgiveness, honor, integrity. These are just a few examples, and I'm going to include a link to a very useful resource in the description box below. And this way you can find the corresponding virtue to whatever ails you. There are dozens on this website. It's really cool. And this is an alchemical process that converts your lower vibrational frequencies into a higher expression within you. When you do this over a period of time, releasing what doesn't serve you and replacing it with virtue, you are on the path to righteousness. The 5th step is to request guidance and for the ability to recognize that guidance when you receive it. So this may sound like, please show me the way, or please show me the truth about blank, or please help me to see blank. And once again, this may be granted within the prayer, but it's also likely that the guidance is going to be given throughout your daily waking or even your dream life. Be vigilant in your awareness of the circumstances that seem out of the ordinary or impact you enough to bring your attention to them. A good way to develop this ability is to reflect at the end of the day through journaling, or simply recounting the events and feelings that you experience throughout the day. Requesting the awareness of the guidance when it's given is a good first step, and it's also helpful to know the different ways that the guidance can manifest. It can come in the form of a gut feeling that you can't shake off, or repetitive thoughts that you can't get rid of, vivid dreams, synchronicities like animals, symbols, or repeating angel numbers. It can come in the form of messages, which can come in also many forms, like through people, signs, or online content or things that you see on the TV. So if it catches your attention, ask yourself why and record it. The last step is incredibly important, so never skip this one. Step number 6 is to express devotion and practice it outside of your prayer. This means surrendering the ego over to the divine, allowing yourself to be a clear channel for spirit to live its life through you. Release your personal desires, expectations, or preferences. This is a good time to ask that your resistance be replaced with surrender, faith, and compliance. And this takes a great deal of trust. And as I said earlier, it's placed in the best hands. We don't always know what's best for us. So allowing God to get in the driver's seat of your life will expedite the process to what we're truly meant for, exponentially. The gift of our lives is such a miracle, and the least that we can do is give it right back to the divine as its holy instrument. Our hearts act as the bridge between heaven and earth. Ask Spirit to shine its divine light onto this world through you and practice it in the form of service to others. The ego may be a little aggravated at this idea, but it's also important to remember that we receive what we put out into the world, and you will be rewarded. Even if it's not the fulfillment of your personal desires in exchange for the service, it may very well be a sense of deeper fulfillment and purpose gained from making the world a better place. Be grateful for the honor that it is to walk a path in alignment with the divine. As you continue to practice this formula of prayer, you'll become more aware of opportunities to be love. Practicing devotion allows you to be in union with the divine, recognizing that there is no separation. We are merely a vessel for God to do its work here in the 3D. By allowing this loving awareness to fully integrate into your being, you will undoubtedly be guided to your destiny. So weave your gratitude into this final step to close out the prayer and leave you feeling on top of the world to take on the rest of your day in righteousness and faith. A handy tip that I have as somebody with ADHD is to sing or hum your prayers out loud. Our voices are our own personalized healing instruments, and infusing your intentions into your voice only strengthens the vibrations of the prayer in your body and in your whole energy system. So it helps you to stay focused and engaged during the process so you don't get distracted and fail to complete the prayer. If you'd like some extra support and need help in interpreting the occurrences that will inevitably be revealed in your reality as a result of this powerful practice, book a one-on-one spiritual advising session with me through my website linked below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more free content like this. Try this practice for yourself and come back to comment your results below. I would absolutely love to hear how it works for you. Have a blessed day.